Knicks Daily Edition. It started with a compliment, or did it? LeBron James, known for his storied basketball legacy and his Shakespearean soliloquies on social media, recently drew parallels between himself and NBA rookie sensation Cooper Flagg. And on the surface, it seemed like a generous passing of the torch. The king tipped his crown in recognition of the next basketball hope. But let's dig just a little deeper beneath the velvet, because the flattery begins to feel a little bit off. When LeBron James spoke on Flagg's entry into the league, joining the powerhouses of Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, it wasn't just praise. It actually was a veiled skepticism, maybe even salt. The kind of subtle shade you only learn to throw after 20 seasons of hearing, but Jordan though. So what was LeBron really saying? Is he in all Flagg's talent, or already planting the seeds of doubt? The asterisk next to the rising star's legacy. This is a young man who ain't even coming to the league yet. What are you doing? I see what you're trying to do, and I'm a Duke fan. I'm a Cooper Flagg fan. I see what you're trying to do. This starting to piss me off already.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you something. We don't care.
It started off sounding like praise. LeBron James, the king, face of the generation, the greatest PR man of the NBA has ever seen, commented on the rising star Cooper Flagg. This kid is a 17-year-old, Maine-born phenom, about to shake the league to his core. I'm ahead of it. I'm telling you, he's going to do great things. In a moment that should have felt like the passing of a torch. Instead, LeBron wrapped the torch in velvet and murmured, "This torch is lighter than mine. And it's only burning this bright because he's got AD, Klay, and Kyrie holding the lighter." Are you serious? Maybe he didn't say it that way, but that was the vibe. LeBron, in discussing Cooper Flagg joining a loaded team of All-Stars, seemed more preoccupied with the furniture in Flagg's house than the foundation the rookie was building for himself. The king saw a palace rising, but he needed to remind you who had to build his castle brick by brick. This is how greatness defends itself in its twilight. When the numbers no longer skyrocket, when the vertical leap has a mortgage on it, when the new generation isn't just coming, it's dunking on you. Greatness becomes a curator of narrative, and few people are better at this than LeBron James. His comparison of Cooper Flagg to himself wasn't just flattery, it was an insurance policy. I saw it from the get-go. It was a compliment sandwich. Hold the compliment. LeBron's remarks about Cooper Flagg were classic LeBron, part compliment, part control. He acknowledged Flagg's immense talent. Reminds me at that age, reminds me of me. But quickly he pivoted to his surroundings. He's coming into a league already playing with guys like Kyrie, Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis. Man, that's a hell of a setup. I didn't have that luxury. And there it is. And there it is. That subtle dig, not even at Flagg, but at the narrative itself, plants the seed. If he shines, remember he had help. I didn't. That's not a compliment, that's a pre-written footnote. LeBron isn't just passing the torch, he's checking to make sure no one lights it too brightly without reading the fine print. The king's been here before. When Zion Williamson was a high-flying rookie, LeBron called him special, but noted the league was softer now. When Luka Doncic was breaking triple-double records, LeBron praised his vision, but noted he had the green light from day one. And when Victor Wembanyama entered the league with a mix of Kevin Durant's handle, Rudy Gobert's length, Tim Duncan's defense, LeBron said he was an alien too. But lucky to be in a position where they understand how to use him. Every compliment with this man comes with a caveat. The narrative is the new legacy. LeBron's legacy is already sealed statistically. But legacy isn't just numbers anymore. Legacy is storytelling. Rings are great. Stats are strong. But narrative, that's the stuff of barbershop debates, TikTok edits, first take flame wars. LeBron, more than any other player in history, understands this. So when he sees Cooper Flagg young, poised, ridiculously skilled, dropping 24, 10, and 7 in his third preseason game coming up, the red flags for LeBron are metaphorical. This isn't just a young star. This is a threat to how people tell the story of greatness. Flagg didn't go through the traditional path. He reclassified early. He entered the league at 17 and somehow looks more composed than 26-year-old veterans. He's got a jumper that doesn't need warm-up, court vision that would impress prime Rondo, and a wingspan like he's been photoshopped on 2K. Add to that a team with Kyrie Irving's ball handling, Klay Thompson's shooting, Anthony Davis's defense, and you've got a monster waiting to happen. Low-key, I'm watching Dallas, and LeBron knows exactly what happens next. If Cooper Flagg balls out, the comparisons will come. The highlight montages, and at this age stats, the graphs, the TikToks with the dramatic music comparing Flagg's 10-game rookie average to LeBron's. You know, the same kind of edits that helped LeBron dethrone Jordan for many fans. Now those same tools might be used on him. So he's getting ahead of it right now. He's great, but he had help. Translation, don't do to me what I did to Mike. That's the translation. I never had that. The greatest hits album. That's going to be the album he drops. I didn't have that luxury line. That's crazy work. LeBron didn't come into the league with AD, Kyrie, or Klay. That's true. But let's not act like LeBron spent 15 years dragging a JV team to the finals by himself. His early Cleveland years were hard, yes. But then he took those talents to South Beach, even a line that he took from Kobe. And he invented the concept of the super team as a starter kit. Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, Hall of Famers. Kyrie and Kevin Love in Cleveland, 2 All-Stars. Then Anthony Davis in LA, stop playing. It's not that LeBron's statement is wrong, it's that it's selectively true. He wants you to remember 2007, the year he dragged Sasha Pavlovich, Drew Gooden, and the ghost of Larry Hughes to the finals like Frodo carrying the one ring. But he doesn't want you to talk as much about 2012, 2013, when he had peak Wade, peak Bosh, Ray Allen and Mike Miller all firing like it was Modern Warfare 2. Cooper Flagg didn't choose his teammates. He didn't handpick AD or Kyrie like ingredients at Chipotle. He got drafted and he walked into a situation just like LeBron chose Wade and Bosh. He chose Kyrie and AD. So why is Flagg's help a luxury but LeBron's help a necessity? It's legacy management. It's the king adjusting the camera lens, always zoomed in when it flatters him, always wide out angles when it blurs others. Cooper Flagg is not just another comparison. You know what? Let's talk about Coop. Let's talk about Cooper Flagg himself. Because this isn't just some plucky white kid from Maine with a buzz cut and a humble smile. This kid is the truth. He's the real deal. His instincts on defense are elite. His ability to read the floor already veteran level. His shot creation already elite. Step backs, pull-ups, driving kick. He doesn't just move like a star. He processed the game like one. If you mixed the demeanor of Tim Duncan with the wiring of a Kobe Bryant and the versatility of a Scottie Pippen, you'd get something close to Cooper Flagg. And we're saying this before his 18th birthday. Don't sleep on this kid. He's not going to be great because of Kyrie. He's going to be great despite of having to coexist with ball-dominant stars. How about that? His early games already show it. He's deferring when necessary, attacking when appropriate, and staying composed through it all. His greatness is organic, not manufactured. And the truth is, if Flagg starts putting up historic numbers, no amount of, but he had help, will erase the eye test. Fans know what greatness looks like, and Cooper Flagg's got the look. So already trying to plant these asterisks, huh? This is how it goes. Cooper Flagg will average 22, 8, and 5 as a rookie. Maybe shoot 50, maybe win 57 games. People start saying, this kid is different. And then suddenly the counter arguments roll in. You know, he's playing with future Hall of Famers. I don't know. He's not getting double teamed like LeBron did. Yeah, he's benefiting from space LeBron never had. This is how legacy defenders operate. They turn context into kryptonite. But here's the irony. LeBron was the beneficiary of the narrative framing for 18 years. 18 straight final games was the cry. Never mind that it was in the East during the time that the second best team was coached by Frank Vogel and started Roy Hibbert. Flagg will be punished for thriving. That's the trap of early greatness. It's not that you succeed, it's that you succeed too soon. It threatens people, especially people who built their thrones on the idea that no one else could do what they did. It's GOAT maintenance and PR therapy. LeBron's real greatness might not be his basketball, it might be his PR management, where he turns tweets, Instagram stories into weapons of legacy. Every highlight has a caption, every loss has a context, every win has a myth. If you let LeBron tell it, everything is favorable angles, glorious battles, and a clear hero arc. That's your boy, LeBron. That's your king. So when the comments on Cooper Flagg came up, talking about this kid, he's talking about himself. He's saying, don't forget how I did. Don't forget, what I overcame. Don't let this new kid's rise erase my story. It's brilliant, it's Shakespearean, but it's petty. Because the truth is legacy shouldn't need defense. If you're the GOAT, you don't have to remind people every offseason, bruh. You just are. But he can't help it. He needs the affirmation. From the scoreboard, from the timeline, he needs that. The crazy jealousy that's underneath that crown, it feels like hate. It's not just admiration. LeBron's comments carry the vibe of a man who sees the tide changing and wants to build a dam between, wants to build a dam made with words between it. It's the classic veteran move, downplay the rookies to protect your own narrative. It's that dad at the YMCA watching his kid get outplayed and muttering under his breath, yeah, but my kid plays real defense. Cooper Flagg doesn't need to be the next LeBron. That's a trap. That's how they sabotaged Andrew Wiggins, Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum. Comparison is a thief. And in the NBA, it steals both joy and objectivity. But here's the twist. Cooper Flagg doesn't seem interested in comparisons. He just plays. He doesn't need to posture. He doesn't need to subtweet. He lets his game talk, and it's fluent in every basketball dialect. That's what really unnerves LeBron. That's why I'm a fan of him. Not that Flagg is great, but that he's great without asking permission. So the future is Flagg, and he's the real story. Cooper Flagg is about to enter a league where attention is currency and legacy is always on sale. But he's got the tools to navigate it. He's got the patience, the skill, the rare mix of fire and frost. Aggressive on the court, ice cold in his demeanor, And he's only going to get better. He's going to win. He's going to dominate. And he's going to do it in a way that feels effortless. Not because it's easy, but because it's just the situation where he is just that good. LeBron's comments won't stop him. They might even motivate him. Because nothing drives a young killer more than a compliment that feels like an insult. A dish best served cold. LeBron James is one of the greatest to ever do it. That's not in question. But his reign is nearing its end. And like all monarchs watching the next generation ascend, he's starting to sound less like a king and more like a commentator. Cooper Flagg isn't here to replace him. Cooper Flagg is here to be himself. That's what I was always hoping LeBron would understand. The very idea that someone could be that good, that young, and that poised without LeBron's blessing, that's the part that unsettles the throne. So yes, LeBron compared him to himself, but beneath the surface, it felt more like a warning. And if Cooper Flagg continues to shine, don't be surprised if the excuses get louder, if the asterisks get bigger, if the bar gets moved. But it won't matter. Because greatness, real greatness, doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't wait for crowns to be handed down. And for a Hall of Fame player who once led the league in assists, maybe LeBron has one last dish left in him. Maybe that dish is revenge.
And that dish is best served cold.
Eat your food, LeBron. Cooper Flagg is going to ball out whether or not he gets your approval. What say you? Keep that in mind. There's no struggle, there's no progress. And remember this, whether it's out there in the real world or here in these YouTube streets, here in Knicks Deli, everybody eat. Shout out to Sandra Moore. Love you forever. Shout out to Sandra Moore. Love you forever, lady. Shout out to Sandra Moore. Love you forever, lady. Peace.